This is the Whole Care Network. Helping you tell your story one podcast at a time. Content presented in the following podcast is for information purposes only. Views and opinions expressed in this podcast are solely those of the host and guest and may not represent the views and opinions of the Whole Care Network. Always consult with your physician for any medical advice, and always consult with your attorney for any legal advice. And thank you for listening to the Whole Care Network.
Welcome to the Island Treasures mini podcast for caregivers. I'm your host and certified caregiving consultant, Allison Van Schie of Alongside Caregiver Consulting. This episode is brought to you by our sponsor, Cabin Teely Contractors in the Comox Valley on beautiful Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada, where we care too. So you're a caregiver, not a saint. Yeah, right. In this episode, I want to focus on the writing part of Lori Lemasters' book title. Lori reflected on her caregiving experience in a positive light, with pride and joy. Take a listen to this clip.
You know, the truth is, as difficult and challenging that caregiving is, it was such a beautiful experience that I felt even closer to them. I learned things about them I don't think I ever would have, and about myself that I never would have. And I wouldn't take it back. I mean, it's a time of pride, you know, and there was a lot of joy.
Lori uses therapeutic writing, which helps her look back so positively on her caregiving experience, and also helped her through some of the challenges she encountered while caregiving. And if you want to learn how to use therapeutic writing to help you process your emotions while caregiving, or even post-caregiving, Lori provides opportunities through her book, which contains a workbook section and prompts. Take a listen to this clip.
That's why I made the back of the book as a workbook, and I gave several prompts, both for the write and for the reflection write, because I want people to be able to use it over and over and over again, and also realize that, you know, we can all use these techniques and these prompts.
Lori also facilitates the Carethartic Conversations, which are like an online support group that offer opportunities to learn and practice therapeutic writing.
So I do a Zoom monthly workshop, basically, or I call them sessions, where they're a little bit of support group, they're a little bit education, and they're a little bit resource sharing. They're 90 minutes long, and they're Carethartic Conversations. Thanks to Colorado Respite Coalition, who is a program of Easter Seals. They sponsor me and have been for several years. And it used to be Colorado specific, but thanks. I mean, here's one of the positive things that came of COVID, right? Mm-hmm. We went online. And so now my Zoom classes are available to everybody, and I have people from all over that join.
I was able to join in on one of the Carethartic Conversations sessions, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Lori guided me and the others through what she calls a write by providing a prompt for us to follow. Then we write for 5 minutes before being guided through to the next stage of this exercise, where we read our write and then write our reflections on what we have written, guided by another prompt that Lori provides. I'd never journaled quite like this before, and I enjoyed what I learned about myself through this exercise, especially how it made me feel. It was therapeutic. I also realized that it's not just through therapeutic writing that prompts are beneficial. Sometimes we can benefit from prompts that bolster our courage when we need to take the next step forward in caregiving or in any life challenge. So if you're in the midst of your own caregiving journey needing supports, I invite you to listen to the full episode where you will hear more about what Lori offers through carepartnersresource.com. And you can always tap into alongside caregiverconsulting.ca as well. I recognize how precious your time is, especially as caregivers. So this mini podcast is designed just for you. And I'd like to thank you for listening to this episode. And thank you to Lori Lemasters for sharing your caregiving story and your therapeutic writing techniques that can help us all to process our emotions through caregiving and other life situations. Take care.
This is the Whole Care Network. Helping you tell your story one podcast at a time.